the National Football League.
On the city's North Shore, this is Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Tonight, a good one here in the AFC. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. To kick off, here's Riley Patterson. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. Here comes Williams on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by the league's elder statesman. Drafted back in 2005, now in his 40s and still going strong. Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So that brings up second down. And we're seeing this more and more these days, mixing some deep looks into that opening script. Brock test all levels of the secondary. They held up there.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the last time this defense will be tested. This group likes to push the ball down the field. They answered the call that time.
From the gun, give to Gainwell. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing third down to begin this ball game.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? They'll throw, 3rd and long. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down. So an 0-2 start to the game for him, Brock, and not surprisingly, his team headed to the sideline after a 3-and-out.
I think it's going to take a few more incompletions before they start to panic, but that's far from the type of start they had planned for in this one.
On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman on for the Steelers to punt this away. Fields this at the 19. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. I know you love this guy, Brock, a fellow lefty like you, now in his 6th season, Tua Tagovailoa.
I've heard from many of Tua's peers in the league that there's just not a more accurate guy. If you wanted to just do an accuracy test in the NFL, yeah, Tua's going to hit that target as much as anybody in the league. Avoiding injury and being available is really the only question mark now in Tua's career.
First down, here's Tua. He'll get this complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Man in motion, headed right. Get the fullback involved here. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss. And it's not just your quarterbacks, Brock Heward, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Sends this to the end zone, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins don't need long to take a 6-0 lead.
Touchdown, Miami.
Well, Brock, we normally talk about complimentary football at some point every week. So how about the way they've begun this one, huh? Force the punt and then cash it in for 6 on their opening drive.
Can we do it every game?
It feels like it. Almost every game, yeah.
I think you're right. Because that's what the NFL is about. We all know the margins are so small in this league. And the team that typically plays the complimentary ball is typically the team that wins.
Riley Patterson on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Steelers nothing.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Here comes Williams on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their second drive of the game. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Play action here with Rodgers. Throw complete to Thielen. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
They'll run it for the first time with Jalen Warren. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Steelers first down.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
They send the tight end in motion. First down. Here's Rodgers. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
On 2nd and 10 now, Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they limit the damage after the catch, but the catch itself does get them to the opposing 43. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Steelers have his first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Rodgers going to throw on first. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Throwing again here, it's Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now. Throwing again, Rodgers. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
Kate, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and 3rd downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time the plant was closed.
55-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Eskridge to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now we're going to see the Dolphin offense for their 2nd drive of the contest. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you called 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
2nd down carry for Achane. Keeps away from one. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
That is textbook RPO right there, Kate. Quarterback's decision-making comes quick off the snap. And that back, you know that he's already looking for those lanes before the ball's even in his belly. Before that defense can adjust to the run, he hits that 2nd level.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at their 48-yard line.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Tagovailoa, quick throw, complete. And they bring him to a halt right at that midfield stripe. That play brought to an end by the former Dolphin. Here's Jalen Ramsey.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Third and long, they're going to throw. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
Now it's Jake Bailey who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And he sets them back to begin this drive. That kick goes out, and I'd call it about the 12-yard line. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Pickup of 2 here. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Just about every play in an NFL game usually has a protagonist and antagonist, a good and a bad. The good there, the courage of that wide receiver. The bad, just could not haul it in.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Rodgers off the play action. Austin's there to haul it in. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Throw here, 3rd down. Passing is hauled in by the running back. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
A 4-yard gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Miami set to take over once again on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Waddle now in motion right. Tagovailoa on 1st down. Nowhere to go with it, so he's just going to throw this one away.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Here's 2nd and 10 from the 21. Zone read, they hand it to Achane. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Brought down by the 4-time All-Pro Cameron Hayward.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
5 DBs out there for the Steelers, 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He's got it inside the 25. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
That's good for a Dolphins 1st down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
It's Achane on the inside give. Give him 5 on that play as he gets him inside the red zone. Give him 6 on the pickup, and that is how our 1st quarter will end. We're through 1 on Monday Night Primetime. 7-3 is our score. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Dolphins in a real good spot to score. They run the counter to Achane. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins now lead by 10. Devon Achane with the touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Patterson on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins drive their lead to 11.
14. Steelers 3.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And they find themselves trailing by 11 as they take over down 14-3. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Here's a give inside to Gainwell. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
On 2nd down, Warren. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Zach Sealer there to bring him down.
He was brought down.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Rodgers going to throw here, 3rd down. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Corliss Waitman out there again to punt this away. Malik Washington will return this for the Dolphins. And this doesn't just reach the end zone. He kicked that one all the way through it for a touchback. The Dolphins send a running back, Devon Achane, getting back to work. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Tagovailoa on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
6 yards.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back. Nowhere to go but for a sack.
Might be time to reach in the bag of tricks on 2nd down. 16 to go following the sack. At the shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5.
Ball start. offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards.
Still third down.
Needing 9 now on this third down, thanks to that false start penalty. To the air on third and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's 2nd down.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Still 10 to go. It's 2nd down now from the 26. Play fake. Here's Rodgers. This finds Austin. Complete. And he'll work this one up to the 28. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Here he goes. 3rd and long. Can't find anyone open. He's forced to throw it away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
The Steelers set to punt it. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He fields this at the 18. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. The Dolphins send a running back, Devon Achane, getting back to work. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner. So hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. He'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. They'll stick with Achane. Ooh, this is close, but I think it's going to be 3rd down. Gain on the play up to the 38.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll try the middle with Gordon. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. Back deep is Williams. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense headed out. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
1st down run gets him 6. So now it is 2nd and 4. Rodgers to throw. Snags it near the edge. This is not going to help their cause. Ahead of 3rd down. He's out of bounds, lost a yard 2.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed, when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, his big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Rodgers on his 3rd and short. Caught by Warren out of the backfield. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Throw complete to Thielen. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Steelers have a 1st down. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Well, right side, caught by Smith. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Dolphins side of the field.
It's a pickup of 6.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
A gain of 6.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
1st and 10 from the 43. Warren once more. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Jalen Warren, the ball carrier.
So 2nd and 6 awaits on the other side. We've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. This is 2nd and 6 coming up. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Quite the drive they're putting together here, partner. This is the 9th play event as they get set for 3rd and 6. And they'll throw 3rd and long. That one nabbed by Warren. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. A gain of 15 there. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Warren running between the tackles. Give him 5 on that play as he gets him inside the red zone.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
An early jump of the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. So keep that second and short play in your back pocket. So the penalty goes ahead and gives them the first.
Automatic first down.
This drive just keeps on moving after the penalty resets that marker. First down throw here by Rodgers. He's stepping up and takes off. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Steelers make it a one-score game before halftime. Aaron Rodgers with the touchdown. And this distance, a very dangerous player on any pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone, he's looking for an avenue to run it too.
Kate, this is exactly why it's never been harder to play defense in the NFL. The precision and the execution in the passing game, the efficiency has never been better. But then when you do cover it up, you got guys like this who can scramble and make you pay with their legs.
Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers cut the lead down to 4.
Steelers 10.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here comes Malik Washington. This makes it up to the 25. The Dolphins send running back Devon Achane getting back to work. And backed up this deep in their own territory, probably content to just take that lead in the locker room. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Back to throw, Tua. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face second down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Another try from the 25. It's second and 10. Tua off the play fake. Complete right side to Washington. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Third and long for him here. Making the call himself. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It's 4th down.
Jake Bailey on the punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers getting to take the field one more time here in the half. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. To the air on first down. Rogers. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So at the 20, here's 2nd and 10. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And this is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
1st and 10 from the 32. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there. That's going to be a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still first down.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Working out of the gun. Here's Rogers. Hits his running back. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
He'll throw it. Ooh, puts him in with this one, right side. Trying to lob that one in, but no luck. So a one-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hayes, going on a bit of a speed run, it seems. We are flying past halftime and going right to the start of the 3rd quarter.
Chris Boswell to kick
Now
off for
Boswell on to
Pittsburgh.
send this away. Eskridge on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes the Miami offense for the opening possession of the 3rd.
At their own 26-yard line.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run by Achane. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Now 2 with a throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Motioning the tight end now. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials. Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Short pass brought in. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. It's a gain of 22. And that is a Dolphins 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here's A-Chan up the middle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Fighting for all he can, partner, but this play's not going to get past the line. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's what an offensive player never wants to see, a defender just waiting for him on the edge. At that point, the play's dead, and good effort on his part to at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd down, and they need to get 10. Well, air it out on 3rd. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hands, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Their punter making his way out now. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And this will stick him back a ways. That punt hits and jumps out of bounds near the 14. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Now here's Rodgers. Drops this underneath to Warren. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Rodgers off the play action. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And that means 3rd down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Rodgers going to throw here, 3rd down. He puts some air under it deep down the left. That's grabbed inside the 30. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
That is so much more the exception than the rule when you're targeting double or triple coverage. You may be fortunate to complete a fair number of those throws, but gains like that, those are rare, and that's big time.
Line up the design keeper. The stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Jalen Warren, ball carrier. Taken down at the 14-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Rodgers from the gun. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
Throw here, third down. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers push their lead to 3.
Steelers 17, Dolphins 14.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Eskridge on the return. Showing a little burst so far. And they are just a hop and a skip away from midfield as he goes out of bounds up beyond the 45. The Dolphins send a running back, Devon Achane, getting back to work. And there is room for improvement from that previous drive. Stalled out, necessitated a call to that punt team.
Yeah, and in these situations, I always love reminding the offense that first down. Just move the chains the first time to get yourself into rhythm, because you don't want to see that punter anytime soon.
Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff for Achane. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Now this defense is in the driver's seat, Kate. Right? When you make a stop like that on first down, now it's your discretion just how aggressive you want to be following that play up.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Steelers bringing pressure, no place to go, down he goes. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line, 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
So out now comes the punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And it looks like they're giving about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
Ashton Davis on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Play action here with Rodgers. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Third and long. They're going to throw. He's going to loft this deep down the left. Big gain downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
45 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Rodgers going to throw on first. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Ifatu Melifonwu with the INT.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
The Dolphins and running back Devon Achane getting back to work. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Tua now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
That is some serious defensive urgency that really does, Kate, match the situation we're in. This is a one-score game. Even though they have gotten after this quarterback all game long, they know they can't let up now.
In a real troublesome spot here, Brock. That sack has him set up 2nd down and 21. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he hauls this one up to the 11 before being stopped.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Steelers in the dime for this 3rd down. Tight end in motion right. Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And now it's 5 sacks for them in this one. Man, this defense is eating. Latest brings up 4th down.
All right, I'm to the point of the game, Kate. Now, we got to get the ball out of our hands. He is just taking a beating all game long, and on this drive, yet again, find a way to protect, find a way to run, and get the ball out of his hands.
On now comes their punter. And this effort's going to give him an even half dozen tonight. And he gets it away from his end zone. The return begins on their side of midfield. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And a nice drive last time out, Brock, squandered by that interception. So I think they'd take a repeat of everything except that final play. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. But I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
They'll throw 3rd and long. And once again, they can't connect.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
They're out now, ready to punt it. Corliss Waitman will kick it away. Ooh, baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. So that's all the way over the end zone for a touchback. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. Now they'll hand it off to Achane. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
And the Dolphins, 1st down.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Dolphins ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode. They trail to start the 4th. First and 10 from the 32. Here's Tua. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. And it sets up 2nd down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Falcon isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Let's see what they went with. 3rd down. Third and long for him here. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Brings it in at the 12. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Caught by one out of the backfield. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Offense to the line. 2nd down. To throw. Rodgers. Dumped off to his running back. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. To the air on 3rd and long. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
They'll send out the punting unit. And this will mark his 5th kick of the night. It's fielded at the 14. And something on a return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. The Dolphins send a running back, Devon Achane, getting back to work. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense. More good numbers well into this 2nd half. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Now Achane. They're not getting anything here, Brock. They're actually going to lose some. Back to the 10.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
This is a tough spot to punt. Got to convert here on 3rd down. Achane again. And this one does not get close. He stopped after 3, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Defenses at this level, really any level, will let you run it there all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. You can give up yards, even a healthy chunk of them. But just throw the ball and make sure he's brought to a halt well shy of that 1st down marker.
Punt team on the field. And this will come from just inside his end zone. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. New set of downs for him from the 31. 1st down throw here by Rodgers. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's sure nice to have that safety valve. Sure nice to have a running back that's not just able to tote it, Kate, but he's able to catch it. That's now multiple times they've looked his way, and multiple times he's delivered.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now here's Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You know, as any quarterback is going to tell you, that's one of the most difficult things to do, knowing you're going to get blasted. That defender's coming right at you, but you got to throw an accurate ball. It does two things. Number one, it strikes fear in the defense, and number two, you gain respect of your teammates.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag.
Offense.
A costly false start penalty as third down becomes much more difficult to convert as they back it up 5. So after the false start penalty, they're left with 3rd and 8. And air it out on 3rd. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on and on.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. Now Tagovailoa to throw. To the left side, it's pulled in by Waddle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Complete to number 17, Jalen Waddle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 20-yard line.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Running with Achane here out of the gun. And he'll get it up to the 27. 7 yards on that pickup. And it's going to be 1st down Miami.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Putting a receiver in motion. 1st down, here's Tua. He's going to loft one deep to the left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Throwing again here on 2nd. Tagovailoa. Short pass brought in. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Teammates notice when they got a guy willing to take it on the chin to get rid of the pass. That's a pass that's going to earn a lot of points with the other 10 players, not just today, but when they go back and watch that play on tape.
3rd and just 2 to go. Looking to throw. That's caught. He's got Washington. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
1st down. A gain of 11 on the play.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. It's Achane on the inside give. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line.
That's why you often see some mix, some high-percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep the defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He's going deep this time. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. They got a man open to beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Dolphins down by only 3. Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
They've got first down here from the 36. Right in the left side with Warren. And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Well, they went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13. They're going to pass it here. Completed over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Extra DB out there for the Fins. 3rd down. He'll throw it. Gets this one to Freiermuth. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins choosing to spend their final timeout here. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
At the 23-yard line.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Design quarterback run here. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. They draw it up for him. Well, Brock, the fans, all right, here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.